Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, March 2nd, 2026. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru, CovingtonAlsina, and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Well, there is certainly an awful lot of news happening today, most of it international, and while I'd love to talk about it, I am sticking to our mission of only local and hopefully better news for you today. Boomer trivia time, and this is an easy one if you sing it. What band wrote the country hit Islands in the Stream, which sent Dolly and Kenny to the top of the charts? No multiple choice. I have faith in y'all. We'll have that answer for you in just a few minutes, but now we do have a lot of news to catch up on, so let's get into it, shall we? The U.S. Naval Academy and Naval Support Activity Annapolis have increased force protection measures and suspended general public visitation starting at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, citing current world events. Gate 1 and the Visitors Center are closed, while Gate 8 and the turnstiles remain open, with security moving to 100% ID check. Only people with DoD-issued Common Access Cards or DBIDS credentials can walk or drive through Gate 8. Event access is still allowed, but anyone without a DoD or DBIDS credentials must use the shuttle from the press box side of Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium and present a Real ID-compliant form of identification, with additional screening expected. Parents picking up STEM camp participants will still be permitted onto the installation with names verified at Gate 8. Everyone should expect delays at the gate, on shuttles, and around the yard, with restrictions in place until further notice. The long-vacant former Kmart building in Edgewater is finally getting a second act, and it's looking a lot more like Sweat and Socks rather than blue light specials. The 117,000 square foot space at 3255 Solomons Island Road, part of that marketplace at South River Colony Center, has been in redevelopment mode since it was acquired in 2024. Now, Tractor Supply has already leased an end cap and is open and doing business, and leasing information indicates executed deals with Planet Fitness, Urban Air, and Dill Dinkers, which would turn the old big box into a hub for workouts, indoor sports, and kid-focused fun. There are no firm opening dates yet for the new tenants, but for South County residents, the project could bring steady activity and a lot more reasons to pull into that parking lot. I mean, besides Chris's charcoal pit. Zachary's Jewelers is inviting area 5th graders to design a piece of jewelry for Mother's Day. And for 3 winners, those crayon and marker sketches will become real custom pieces for their mom or caregiver. The 2026 Mother's Day Jewelry Design Contest marks the 15th year of the program, and entries require a colorful jewelry design on a standard-sized sheet of paper, plus a short story celebrating a mom or caregiver. Submissions are due by March 30th at zacharysjewelers.com, and a group of semifinalists will be invited to a brunch reception at Zachary's just before Mother's Day, where the winners will be announced and presented with the finished pieces. The annual Zachary's Mother's Day Jewelry Contest has been a very special place in our hearts. It always is amazing to see the imagination and talent that the area 5th graders bring to the contest. The best part about the contest is presenting the finished pieces to the artists and their mothers. It's a beautiful exchange that never disappoints. And that was Steve Samaras, who is the owner of Zachary's. I will tell you, these kids are creative. Check out our article at eyeonannapolis.net. We do have a photo of one of the finished pieces with their original drawing. It's kind of a slider thing. It's pretty cool. A new bonus podcast dropped on Sunday, and we took a slower, more musical turn with singer-songwriter Karla Bonoff, a behind-the-scenes force in West Coast folk rock and soft rock whose songs became hits for other artists before many listeners even knew her name. The conversation digs into her songwriting process, stories behind some of her most enduring work, and what it's like to hear your songs take on new lives through different voices while still sounding different and maybe even a bit more personal when you sing them yourselves. Bonoff is bringing that intimate song-first approach to Annapolis for one night only at Ram's Head on Stage. That's going to be on March 19th. And if you missed that podcast, you want to check it out. And boy, I'll tell you, what a beautiful voice she does have. Anne Arundel Women Giving Together is hosting a free public conversation on Wednesday featuring Anne Arundel County Police Chief Amal Awad and Anne Arundel County Fire Chief Tricia Wolford, focusing on leadership, career paths, and public safety in the community. The event's titled Protecting Our Community, Women Leading with Impact, and it will be facilitated by Preeti Emmerich, who is the director of the Anne Arundel County Office of Emergency Management. The discussion is going to look at how Awad and Wolford have navigated their careers, built strong working relationships, and delivered results while leading two of the county's most visible public safety agencies. It's set for Wednesday, March 4th at St. John's College in Annapolis in the Francis Scott Key Auditorium. Goes from 6:30 to 8. Again, it is free. There will be a reception following it. Attendees can join in person or via live stream, but they do ask for registration, and you can get that at givingtogether.org. On Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we talked about birds with Wild Birds Unlimited. So if you missed that one, you want to give that a listen. And if you know of a local business or organization that we need to spotlight on our Local Business Spotlights, let me know. I'll be more than happy to reach out to them. All right, that is a wrap. First off, thank you as always for listening and sharing. And a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, CovingtonAlsina, Third Eye Comics, and Macmedics. As for that boomer trivia, if you sang it out loud or in your head, you probably came up with the Bee Gees. They wrote it and were inspired by Ernest Hemingway's novel of the same name. Now you need to stay tuned for your local Eye on Annapolis weather from George Young. And of course, Ann Covington from CovingtonAlsina is here with her Monday Money Report. All of that's coming your way in less than a minute.
Third Eye Comics, the DMV's favorite nerd store featuring comics, anime, toys, games, graphic novels, records, and so much more. Visit the famous Third Eye Superstore in Annapolis, Maryland, only 5 minutes from Annapolis Mall, or one of our great locations in Lexington Park, College Park, Waldorf, or Richmond, Virginia. You can also shop online at thirdeyecomics.com.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Monday, March 2nd. Pretty nice weekend for the Annapolis region, with yesterday bringing the start of meteorological spring. And while it'll be cold today, with possibly a little snow, we're headed for a big warm-up starting Wednesday. Look for cloudy skies and cold temps today with highs in the mid or upper 30s, with a chance for just a little light snow in the PM and overnight hours, with some rain then likely tomorrow and tomorrow night, with Tuesday's PM highs near 50 degrees. From there, spring will show up in a big way with highs Wednesday in the 65 to 72 degree range, with a small chance for some rain, followed by low to mid 70s both Thursday and Friday as skies remain a little unsettled, with ongoing chances for a few showers each day. As for the weekend, small but valid rain chances will remain in place both Saturday and Sunday, but there will still be likely plenty of sunshine each day, with highs Saturday in the mid or maybe upper 70s, followed by upper 60s to low 70s Sunday as daylight saving time returns at 2 a.m. Sunday. One more thing. Just like every year, remember that locations near bigger bodies of water this time of year, especially the bay, can be much cooler than just a couple of miles away from the water. So don't be caught off guard Wednesday through the weekend if you go from temps in the 60s and 70s to the 50s or even 40s if you end up in one of those colder areas. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region, so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever thought, I think I'm okay, but you just want to know for sure? CovingtonAlsina is right here in Annapolis, helping women put a clear plan around their money, their goals, and their life. For over a decade, they've helped women turn uncertainty into clarity with practical guidance built around real life. Whether you're making a career move, planning for retirement, managing investments, or sorting through tax and estate planning, CovingtonAlsina helps you get organized and move forward with confidence. And if you'd like to learn before you leave, CovingtonAlsina hosts monthly educational events, virtual and in person. Learn more at CovingtonAlsina.com and click events, or call the Annapolis office at 410-457-7165. CovingtonAlsina.com. at the intersection of women and wealth. Advisory services offered through CovingtonAlsina, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves the risk of loss and unless otherwise stated is not guaranteed.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Ann Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. Last week, the markets closed the month of February with every major U.S. index down slightly. While the S&P 500 is still positive for the year, it's been 2 months of fits and starts. We've had 3 great years in the market, and many investors are starting to worry. If we look at long-term averages, sometime in the next 2 to 3 years, we are due for the market to decline about 20%. On average, bull or positive markets last about 4 years. 2026 would be year 4 of our current run. And on average, bear or negative markets last about a year. If you're a scientist or engineer, you might say it's a regression to the mean. We're going to have a year that brings the market closer to its long-term average. To use baseball as an analogy, if a batter's hitting .330 this season and struck out his last 2 at-bats, you would say he's due for a hit because he hits the ball about 1 out of every 3 times he comes to bat. In plain English, we're due for a down market. This does not mean you should sell everything and wait in cash until the market declines. First, we don't know exactly when the market will decline, and then we don't know when it will recover. And while I don't have any guarantees, I expect this next decline will be closer to the average and not like the 2008-09 financial crisis. That was a balance sheet recession. When companies prioritize paying down debt after a bubble bursts, it's an over-recession. Companies and families are over-leveraged. They have too much debt. Investors were over-enthusiastic. They chased high returns and riskier assets. Companies were overstaffed and overspending. High revenues meant not as much attention was paid to keeping expenses in check. When the bubble burst, corporations and families had to dramatically cut costs, slashing jobs and spending to pay down their debt and realign their balance sheets. Think about the housing market as an example. People purchased homes that dramatically increased in value, creating a bubble. Families borrowed against the equity in their homes. And when the value dropped and the equity disappeared, so did their net worth. There's a debate right now about how leveraged corporate America really is and how much of a bubble we're seeing in the market, which means a bear market is probably coming. The best thing you can do is to make sure your portfolio is aligned with your goals and the risk you're taking is aligned with your timelines. Your action item this week is to go to bed a little earlier so that the loss of an hour as we spring forward next weekend doesn't hurt quite as much. Check out our website and Facebook page for more information and for our educational events like our signature Women, Wine, and Wisdom. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only and not intended to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments are all risk unless otherwise stated and not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
There are more than 500 pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County that need good homes, and they have so much to offer the rest of us. At Annapolis Subaru, we are committed to helping the SPCA see that these animals stay safe and healthy. All year long, Annapolis Subaru partners with the SPCA to host pet adoption events, sponsor vaccination clinics, and community events. We feature pets on our weekly Canines and Crosstreks podcast. Our associates and our Subaru customers show up in packs at the Walk for the Animals and Lights on the Bay events. You can help our SPCA find loving homes for these pets. Volunteer, donate, foster, read a book, scratch some ears, or rub some bellies. Show up for the pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.